2K TV. Let's jump right in. Jason Tatum has been a part of the 2K family since his rookie year.
Absolutely, and he's proven to be one of the best young players in the NBA.
And I sat down with him behind the scenes at the commercial shoot for 2K20. Let's take a look.
Welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The Chicago River winding its way, and with David, fantastic report, thank you. Greg, you wonder if that conversation has actually made these two tighter, or if it's just kind of a band-aid over the existing wound.
You know, I've gotten this.
Adjusting to the NBA game for this latest class of rookies, Doris. Always growing pains, a feeling-out process. It's always interesting to watch that being put together.
There are, Kev. There always seem to be a couple of welcome to the NBA moments as a rookie. Certainly you might take your lumps here and there, but this is a talented young group. Can't wait to see what they do.
I can't either. Big man who was forgotten about during free agency, Randall could be an impact player for the Knicks.
Knicks missed out on the marquee names they were after, but Randall should give them great production for quite some time. Not a huge name, but a young talent that can help this team.
Knox knocks down the three ball.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
They need this. And Shea good for three.
Well, Brand Jordan is no stranger to taking risks, and they have decided to take one on Shea. That's right. They inked him to a shoe contract, and we should see the two of them working closely in the near future.
I agree, Greg. And Shea has a colorful background with his time in college, but that is exactly the type of player Jordan was after. To me, at least, it seems like a very good fit. Ring shot on the way. Felicio. It's good on the putback.
He's just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
New York's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Smith the pass to Barrett. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. Now we have a chance to pay homage to the Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Shea.
Well, it's not often you see someone be this impactful on the defensive end, but that's what makes him special. I mean, he's been doing all the little things that don't necessarily show up in the box score, but you can bet his coach and teammates know that he's been carrying the team with his D.
Smith feeling it out a bit. Rebound by the Bulls.
Boy, that's too easy to miss, but somehow he finds a way to do it.
That one wide left. Knicks trail by 3. Outside for Randall. Pass to Knox. Smith outside. And again, it's the Knicks missing. And so Levine will bring it up now for Chicago. Coming into this, having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, they took advantage of some porous defense in that one. Really got the shots they wanted.
Give them some credit. I'll tell you this, Greg. They caught an opponent on a very off night defensively, and you take advantage. Simple as that.
Shots are just flowing him right now, having a really strong quarter.
And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. That's now 8 points for Che. And a bit of a first for Che as he was named Player of the Week for the past week. Great performances from him.
And Kevin, how could they not name him Player of the Week with the way he played over the last few games? Fantastic production from him, and glad he got the award.
Chicago making some changes. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Felicio. Young is subbed in for Markkanen. The Knicks also changing it up. Morris comes in for Bobby Portis, and it's Elfrid Payton in for Smith. Che drives in, and the dunk by Che.
Well, Thaddeus Young is a team-first guy, and if he sees an opportunity to get a teammate a shot, he will deliver it.
Now here's Payton, covered by Che. Over in the corner, Randall. And the Knicks miss again. And here are the Bulls now. They're on a 12.
Keep grinding, grow. MOG glowing star, MOGI.
While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. In third, the Knicks.
You know, it's an entertaining style of play. And look, I mean, those are the baskets you want if you've got the legs for it. Scoring becomes a lot easier.
Well, you think back to last season for the New York Knicks, worst team in the league. They could muster only 17 wins. But let's be frank here. This is an organization who knew the rebuild would be a process.
Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Chicago. Satoransky comes in for White. And for the Knicks, they knew this is part of their rebuilding process.
And I think, Kevin, they made the most of their down year. This is an organization that hit the reset button with the Porzingis trade. But the one positive is I think they found several role players they might be able to utilize in the coming years. You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
New York calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Offensive rebound. No good from Payton.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And Che throws it down.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Right energy and
Levine. And it's Felicio in its center, locking down the middle. Game for Chicago. Smith, the pass to Randall. Back to Smith, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Knicks shooting their fifth free throw of the game here.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And the technical free throw is good. Doris, when you watch the game now, Biggs playing on the perimeter, who can really defend and hold their own outside the lane you've seen?
Well, you think about a guy at the rim like Clint Capella, who is a great shot-blocking force. But in today's NBA, he's got to be able to guard the pick and roll, make the necessary switch. And because Capella has got great feet and because he can move laterally so quickly, he might be 6'10", 6'11", but he can get out and switch in the pick and roll. It is a thing of beauty to watch.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
They get it back. For the New York Knicks, they come in off a good outing against the Cavaliers.
And the focus was to get stops. All game, they were right up on shooters, and that led to some big-time rejections.
The best defenses do a great job of protecting the rim. That team did not give an inch. They defended and contested every shot.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season we thought the Knicks' cornerstone player was Kristaps Porzingis. But the player and the team fell out of love with each other, and the Knicks traded him to Dallas. The draft picks and cap space freed them up for a wild summer, led by the drafting of rookie R.J. Barrett in the draft. Now New York has one of the more drastically revamped rosters in the league. Kevin, there's a lot to be excited about going forward in the Big Apple.
Big moves indeed, David. Thank you. And here we go. Fast break with Che. And White slams it in.
You know, you get the sense this guy, the 4 years of college ball helped. He plays at his pace, and he does it with such calm.
Smith outside. To the inside. Knocks the pass to Smith. No good on the three. The Bulls leading by 17. The drive by Che. Good on the bucket. Che's got 27.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Smith on the wing. Covered by Che. Outside Portis. Pass to Randall. They can't stop the run with that one. Chicago's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. Alicio, no good.
And the timing just not there on that attempted alley-oop.
Just a missed connection, and it happens. I'm sure they will go back to it if given the opportunity.
They get it again. Randall lays it up off the glass. Randall's got 9.
Boy, this guy has been terrific. The rest of the team, however, struggling.
Che drives in, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Bobby Portis.
I'll tell you, off the dribble drive, Che has proven he is unafraid.
And now, in his second year of coaching the Knicks, David Fizdale putting more of a stamp on this team, changing the mindset of the franchise.
Well, the New York Knicks hired David Fizdale to steer the ship with a group of young players. And I want you to think back to where he earned his stripes. That was with the LeBron James and Dwayne Wade championship Miami teams. So he knows culture and he knows winning.
White covering. Barrett dishes to Smith. Here's Randall. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got 3 assists in the game.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
And the foul called on Che. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
And that's his 4th foul. And we're not even at halftime. That is going to limit his playing time and his aggressiveness the rest of the game.
The Bulls making a switch here. Murray's checked in. Smith, no good.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
The defense has got to start to make adjustments because Che just keeps putting it to them.
Knicks trail by 19. Now Barrett. He's coming off a 28-point game against Cleveland.
And don't forget about the 2 blocks. He really changed the game for his team on the defensive side.
And the Knicks making a change here. Ellington's checked in. Smith with a wide open look. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Smith's got 9.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
From deep 3-point range. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for New York. Trailing by 19. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. To start a 3-game homestand with that game. Barrett, no good. Chicago has gone 4-7 on three-point shots in the second quarter.
Boy, that's some big-time energy out of Shea. Simply running the floor, getting an easy opportunity.
Knicks trail by 21. Smith with it. Now guarded by Jay. Passes it to Randall. Goes up again. No good. Excellent D there from Markkanen. To the middle. And Shea with the basket on the assist by Levine. Levine's got 3 assists now in this one. New York's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. The pass to Knox. Pass to Barrett. In the corner, it's Ellington. 6 to shoot. That's a 2 from Smith. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
And the jam by Levine.
We're just going to call him Mr. Zach LaVine. Another highlight reel finish.
Now, here is Smith. He's coming off a 13-point game against Cleveland. Here's Barrett. That one's off. Still out of sync.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Shea with the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. Last time they met in New York.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed.
With 1 on the clock, that one doesn't drop. Shea, he's feeling it tonight, and he's been the driving force for Chicago. Going on an absolute rampage, piling in the points. He dictated the pace of the entire quarter. And a chance now to send it over to
Kevin, thanks. Shea, it has looked easy for you so far. 5 threes in the first half. How is the shot feeling right now?
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Valentine comes in for Felicio. And Shea's subbed in for Zach LaVine. The Knicks also changing it up. Morris comes in for Bobby Portis. And it's Payton in for Smith. Free throw, no good for Markkanen. If you were coaching, Doris, and you could run your offense through any center in the game, and let's take guys that are playing right now because we can go back in history, and the names are endless. But who would you run your offense through at that position?
Probably a guy that the casual NBA fan is not as knowledgeable about as they should be, Kevin, and that's Nikola Jokic. And this is a young, early 20-year-old who may be the best passer out of the post position that we've seen in a generation. Jokic is a guy who can handle the ball from three-point territory. He can take it off the window and initiate your offense. They run him like a point center, and it's appropriate because he's unselfish and gifted as a passer.
Gifted, great word to use, you're right. On the court for the Knicks, Barrett not, so the wingman. Morris is out there with Julius Randle, and it's Payton in at the point. Well, you look at the length of Knox, Doris, his arm span, his frame, he can be a handful.
No doubt. Kevin Knox is able, because of that frame you talked about, to shrug off contact and muscle through most players. His reach allows him to be disruptive on the defensive end. So in terms of the physical metrics, you love what this guy brings to the table.
Alonzo Triers checked in for Barrett.
Boy, what a motor. Scouts questioned Shea's desire in college. No more.
He shot 3 of 5 from the line.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
Deep 2 from Trier. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. Trier's got his first points in this one.
I like to see Kevin Knox share the basketball because what it shows is an improving awareness in finding his teammates. That's how people want to play with you. Well, you love his effort level, right? Particularly when it's winning time. He is going for the finish.
That shot wide open. Trier's got 5 points in the quarter.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Here's Knox, guarded by Porter. Porter with a block.
Well, with that 7'1" wingspan for Otto Porter, he can provide some shot blocking.
Reverses. And again.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Payton with the ball. He has 5. Here's Trier. Back to Payton. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Payton's got 7 points.
Well, that's really good strength on that finish by Elfrid Payton. Nice job to embrace the contact.
And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for New York. He can't hit that time. Dunn with some nice D.
I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
And good that time. Shea's got 52 points.
Scoring off the dribble, opening up the rest of Shea's offensive game. Boy, if you're a defender, look out.
There's Trier with the 3. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got assist number 5 here tonight.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
They are just killing him on the interior.
New York's gotten 12 of their points from long range in the third quarter, going 4 of 5 shooting. Trier, that's good.
Well, individually, he is doing everything he can in this 12-minute session, but he's just not getting enough help.
The drive by Shea, and Shea throws it down.
Look at that. Off the dribble, Shea can play at a high level.
It would take a major comeback for them to get back into this game.
And the chances of that happening don't look good.
Trier passes to Morris. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got rebound number 8 now on the night.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
My goodness, the soaring Thaddeus Young, such elevation on that alley-oop.
Out to the wing. Here's Trier. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done, and the shot goes down.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Greg, to me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long. Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Puts up a 3. A new 14 for the Bulls. And he gets it to go. Porter's got 9 points here in the second half.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And there it is for him.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Baseline Jay on the way. Tries again. And Markkanen lays it up and in. Markkanen's got 10.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And they double up Payton. Gibson passes to Trier. Here's Knox, guarded by Porter. Just 4 to shoot. Fires the 3. Knox misses. Chicago with the ball. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much.
Well, credit Shea's focus, right? He gets hit on the play, no whistle. Some guys would have stopped to complain.
The Knicks shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that. Pass to Trier. He feeds it to Morris. Shea with the block. 1:30 left in the third quarter of the game. And Elfrid Payton with the foul. That'll be foul number 5 on him, and due to the bonus, we'll be headed to the free throw line. It's such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
Shea is out there with Harrison. Then there's Murray. Then there's Carter. And it's Felicio in at the 4-man position. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
I think Elfrid Payton has exciting potential. He's got unbelievable defensive instincts and work habits. He just needs to develop a little bit more on the offensive end.
Lauri Markkanen's checked in for Felicio. Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for the Knicks. Damian Dotson comes in for Alonzo Trier. Pass to Portis. Helps teams if they can keep the rights to their best player. We see it in other leagues. Could the franchise tag ever make its way, do you think, to the NBA?
Well, this is going to be a negotiation point between the Players Association and the league itself. And the reality is it's going to have to be negotiated. What we know unequivocally, Kevin, is that these players now in the player empowerment era have more control about what franchise they play for and how long the duration of their contract is. How this all shakes out remains to be seen, but it is a point of conversation amongst the 30 NBA teams and the league leadership. There's no question about it.
Frank Ntilikina is checked in for Elfrid Payton.
Well, Damian Dotson in his 2nd season, this guy was able to get on the floor at a consistent rate and show that he could be a solid contributor.
Ntilikina passes to Bullock. And here is Gibson. Kicks to Bullock. 5 to shoot. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Gibson. Chicago grabs the miss. Markkanen's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. And for Dotson, as you said, Doris, he got his chance as the Knicks started to play the young guys last season.
And he has the potential, Kevin, Damian Dotson, to be a fantastic three-point shooter from what he's shown to this point. You combine that with his high motor and energy, and there's a lot to like if you're a fan of this team.
The shot's good from Ntilikina.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Bulls.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, but an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And once the horn sounds, they're going to go up 2-0 in the season series.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and look at the stats, Jeff. And another one.
He is simply unconscious here tonight. Nobody can stop him right now.
GA, the points keep coming, and he's climbing up that scoring ladder. 3rd on the list, well in sight.
And his scoring tonight has dropped him into the conversation with some of the all-time greats. I'm talking about names like Wilt Chamberlain and Kobe Bryant. Simply amazing what we've seen here.
Here's Dotson. New York needs to get off a shot. Ntilikina gets the bucket.
Well, this is what they want from Ntilikina. Come with an aggressive attitude and be confident in your three-point shot.
And they double up Jay. And pushing it up. Here's New York. Ntilikina gets the bucket.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
Puts it up off the inbound. He takes it up and lays it in.
Ntilikina's reach and athleticism is absolutely a factor inside. He can score it in there, make no mistake.
And good, he hits it again.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Free throw, good. Shea. 16 seconds left in the game. Here's Ntilikina. Good.
Well, that takes tremendous body control from Frank Ntilikina. Even with a physical defensive player, he stays composed.
Can he keep it going? And so Chicago takes this one. And by a
and you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that'll wrap it up for Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.